Hello, I'm James Halliday and I'm talking to Asian Palate today. Well, I'm here as the guest of Palate, which is one of the largest, indeed the largest Australian wine group, and one of the most powerful brands in the world, so second only to Constellation. So just presenting the great wines that it has in its portfolio. Well, they're enormously important from an Australian viewpoint. Australia sells more bottles over $10 in China, 5 times as many as it sells to the UK, bottled wine, and over twice as much as we send to the United States. So in that sense, it is already in that market segment Australia's most important market. And we all believe, I think, in Australia that somewhere in this decade, and quite possibly sooner rather than later, China will become Australia's largest market for all wine, all categories, all prices. Well, of course, the ratio is 90% red, 10% white at the present time, and that in turn reflects the very strong Chinese preference for red wine, which is an inheritance from France with the marketing that Cepexa has done over a long period of time. And Cabernet Sauvignon is the grape, and Bordeaux is the wine. Now, Australia comes with a different story. Shiraz is obviously a key variety for Australia, and that fits in quite well. Chardonnay is the other really big Australian wine style. Shiraz and Chardonnay taken together account for about 65%, 2/3 of the total crush, so they are hugely important. And I think the task will be to persuade the Chinese that consumers that white wines really should be seriously considered along with red wines for all forms of Chinese cuisine. I can only answer that by what I do, and they fall into 3 categories: champagne or sparkling wine. Arras would be a good, the great Australian sparkling wine. That would be a good specific substitute for champagne. Riesling, both dry and off-dry, German Riesling from the Mosel Valley or Australian Riesling, particularly if it's 4, 5 or 6 years old. And then Pinot Noir for the meat dishes. And I would never, ever take a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon or a bottle of Shiraz to my favourite Cantonese restaurant. It just does not match.